Hello! So, let me walk you through how you're going to do COLAB 3 with the rating string that you accomplished during COLAB 1 and 2. So I'm going to copy this. This one's my own. And the difference is when you're running COLAB 3, we cannot run all. It's going to overload it. It's not going to work properly. You have to scroll down and find either every play button or these two brackets, and it'll turn into a play button. Anytime you refresh and you have to restart, you must start on top. You can't go down to where you were before and press play. You have to play everything in order from top to bottom. So that's super important. If it doesn't run, if one of the sections doesn't run, the most likely the solution is you go up and there's a play button that you didn't press. It must be done in sequence. So I'm going to press play, wait for a check mark. It's taking a moment. There's a check mark right there. Press play, and it's going to ask for my rating string from COLAB 1. I'm going to paste that in. Okay, once I do that, I'm going to go down, press play, everything looks okay, and here is the first part of our handout. First part of our handout, we are going to be filling in these values based on the one attribute model and by the model complexity. Okay, one attribute meaning like it's only looking at acousticness or just danceability. In this case, it's acousticness. So you can slide this slider, say all the way to 7, all the way to 1, 1, press play. This is showing 2, but it's model complexity of 1. This is how you know. Train error, test error, these two numbers, you're going to be writing them in right here because it was a model complexity of 1. Write these down in this handout. Then I'm going to move it over to 2. Press play. At a model complexity of 2, I have train error, test error right here. These numbers you're going to put into this box, and you're going to do this again and again. Model complexity 3, press play, and it's going to start changing the graph. You'll start to notice that it changes all the way to model complexity 7. You're going to do that again and again. Press play every time to refresh basically the numbers and the graphs and fill out the entire graph. This part right here is to see which one is our lowest number. When I did it myself, this box had my lowest number. So I had a test error of, let's say, 0.901. That's what I wrote here. And it came from the model complexity of 1, so I put 1 here, 0.901, because it was that. And because model complexity 1 had my lowest test error, I'm going to reset my scroll or my slider back to 1. Okay, provide a snip of this in Go Formative, this testing data graph. And then let's move down. I'm going to keep pressing play. And it's going to predict this song. It's going to play a song, and it's going to predict whether or how much I might like it. It's predicting that I would give it a 6.71. So then after answering this question, the song was called Lose Somebody, 6.71. Is this accurate for me? No. I would personally rate that probably a 4. And then I'm going to keep going down, and deja vu, we're doing this again. So model complexity of 1, here's a slider. I'm going to scroll down. I have a train and test error values. This is the second page. You're filling out this entire chart. Again, you scroll up, slide this over to 2, press play. When it has a check mark, that means your numbers are ready, and this graph will change every single time. This graph. So you're going to fill it out all the way to model complexity 8. That's going to take you a minute. And then again, you're going to see which one had the lowest number in the test error section. For me, again, when I did this, it was in model complexity 1. That's not going to be always the case. Yours might be here or here. Highly doubt it's going to be any of these. It's probably not going to be any of these, but it could be any of these. So mine was here, so it had a model complexity of 1, and it had like, I don't know, 1.1 or something like that, right? And the numbers get really big. Don't worry about that. You'll get like into like the thousands and millions and stuff. That's totally normal. So I'm gonna bring it back to 1, press play, because in the Go formative, it's gonna ask you for your low test error graph. I'm gonna snip this, put it into Go formative, and move on. Press play. And now it's gonna predict how well I like the song using 2 attributes this time. So two attributes of songs, whether it's how fast they are, the acousticness, the danceability, the duration, etc., etc. So it's lower, 6.31 on my handout. Lose Somebody, that's the name of the song. It predicted that I would give it a 6.31. That's what I'm going to write here. It was a little bit more accurate, right? Because I think it went even lower than before. If you forgot, you should have written it down. But yeah, it went from 6.71 right here to 6.31. Okay, let me zoom out. That looks crazy. Okay. Okay. And then again, deja vu, we're doing this one more time, but this time with 3 attributes. Remember, if it's like red, like error, it's not working, that means we didn't press play somewhere above. So make sure to go up, check to see if we press play. Model complexity 1, 2, and I think there's only 5. Yeah, you're gonna do that again. Train and test error, those go in these boxes. This is not new by this time. Mine, again, happened to be a model complexity of 1, where my lowest test error happened. Fill this out. And then there's an equation. Okay, let's see if we remember our algebra skills. Not really skills, but because model complexity 1 was my lowest, I'm just going to keep it there. I'm not going to slide it over. This is what I'm writing down on my handout. 1.33x plus 1.32y plus 1.22z plus 5.56. That's my equation. You don't have to put these little asterisks. They just mean multiply. So you could just put 1.33x. You're going to have to snip this whole section right here. That includes your equation. So keep that in mind. Let me zoom out now that we can move on. Okay, so then that takes you almost to the end. Okay, now they're going to play the song again. All right, let's see how it does using 3 attributes. .25. It is even more accurate. So you're going to answer these questions here. And then scroll down. Don't forget, don't throw away this handout. You might need it. Okay, what's my first and last name? And the reason why I'm providing this is because there's a brand new rating string that it's going to give me. Here it is. Copy. And then it's just going to ask me to repaste it. Bloop. Copy correctly. Please snip this part for Go formative. I think that's it. Oh, and then provide this on Go formative as well. This is your rating string for COLAB number 3. This one, you must put it in to number 10, but also number 9 has a link to a Google form. Please make sure to put it into the Google form. If you don't put it in the Google form, you cannot do COLAB 4. I cannot make that clearer than that. You cannot move on unless it's in the Google form because I must produce a CSV file. If you are watching this video now, it is possible that you are doing this late. You are going to be provided a late CSV file. Who knows? Unless it's still on time. It's just the day of and we haven't done COLAB 4 yet. But so this is my that's my CSV, that's my rating string that I got from COLAB 3 when I did it earlier. But that's it for COLAB 3 and you're done. Make sure to do the Go formative and fill this out and hold on to it.